Hi, it's Chris Watkin here, and again I'm joined by another letting or estate agent whose life has been changed through the actions of the Agents Together Charitable Foundation, which is the charity for estate and letting agents. And today I'm joined by Jasmyne Devereaux, who is a letting agent from Chelmsford in Essex. Thank you for joining me today, Jasmyne.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Pleasure, pleasure. Jasmyne, what I would like to do in this video is find out why you became a letting agent, why you kind of fell out of love with the way your career was going. Nothing against your firm because you work for an excellent firm, but sometimes we kind of do lose a direction slightly in our hearts. And then how, through the help of Lucy Noonan and the Agents Together Charitable Foundation, you're basically like a dog with two tails and you're loving life again as an agent. So, Jasmyne, when did you become a letting agent or involved with the property industry?
So I started 8 years ago. So I was stuck in a bit of a dead-end job and I was kind of working shift work. And believe it or not, I used to sit there and watch daytime TV. And I started watching things like Homes Under the Hammer because that was the only thing that was on. And it kind of piqued an interest. And I thought, oh, I can give that a go. And I found a job as a very junior kind of lettings negotiator and sales negotiator, and I fell in love with it. I'm not a salesperson, and I kind of leaned more towards admin and property management, and I just really fell in love with that part of the job. So that's how I ended up into the industry.
Good stuff. So have you done both sales and lettings, you say?
Yeah, sales very briefly. Probably the worst salesperson out there for me, but yeah, very briefly found out I'm not a salesperson at all.
No, you're more of a detail-orientated person, I bet. So,
yeah.
How long have you been in the game of estate and letting agency then?
8 years now.
Okay.
8 years.
And how long at your current firm in Chelmsford?
So I started here in October 19, so a year and a half, coming up 2 years.
Lovely, lovely. Now, when did you realise that your love for lettings had waned a bit?
I feel like when the EICR regulation came in, actually no, I think the tenant fee ban, I don't know, something about the tenant fee ban that just made me think there's so much legislation now, and I kind of started to fall out of love a little bit with the role, but it's weird how it happens. I kind of started to think, oh, do I really want to be doing this every single day? Do I really want to do this? And I kind of changed jobs to hope that I would get my love for it again. And I've come to this company that I'm absolutely in love with their vision. And I fell in love with it a little bit more and more so. And then lockdown hit. So it just made me then take a step back and go, oh, actually, it was my initial thought that I'm not really loving this anymore.
Okay. So when did Agents Together come onto your radar?
Oh, I think it was around April, February, April time this year.
So basically the spring of 2021, okay?
Yeah.
And I mean, let's be honest, there's lots of posts out there saying, come and get some mentoring. Did your bosses suggest you go for it, or did you just say, sorry, I'm going to do it myself?
So they hate being called bosses, but I'm going to call them this. My boss, Neil, he said to me, he's like, Jasmyne, I feel like you would really benefit from this scheme that or not scheme, this charitable foundation that I know of. And he prompted me and pushed me to actually apply to become a mentee, because I really think it will benefit you. And I said, fine, I'll give it a go. I kind of didn't think too much would come from it, and I'll give anything a go. And yeah, that's how I kind of got in touch with Lucy.
Okay, so you'd have put your application in through the Agents Together website, there's a link above, and you'd have spoken to Sam, and then he would have put you in contact, in your instance, with Lucy. So what has Lucy done for you?
I feel like the question is, what hasn't she done, believe it or not? I feel every time I've spoken to Lucy, she just makes me feel like you can do this. like she's put things into perspective for me. So we don't necessarily always talk about work. We'll talk about things like home life and changing of perspectives and the way you perceive things. Okay. And I feel like I needed to make me realise, no, you do love your job. And she's pushed me in my personal life as well, which I would never have done for myself. Okay. And by doing that, it's given me the tools to push myself in my work career.
And, you know, why do you think, I mean, how much does this cost you?
Nothing.
Okay, so there must be a catch.
Absolutely. No, the only thing is it's time, but you have time. That's it.
Okay, so it doesn't cost you anything. There's no catch, and someone, you know, Lucy Noonan, right. big in the game when it comes to acquisitions. She works for Lomans, if memory serves me well. Giving up her time to help little old you. That must feel wonderful.
It's really strange because I almost feel like having imposter syndrome. I'm like, here's me sitting on a Zoom call or with Lucy Noonan, and I'm just, I get off the phone and I chuckle to myself. I'm like, oh my goodness. So
if she's changed your life, do you think she could change? Do you think other mentors, because there's over 200 mentors waiting to help people like you, be it in a estate or letting agency, employed, self-employed, it doesn't matter. What would your final message be to any lettings neg, sales neg, valuer, branch manager, business owner about the mentoring?
Be open-minded. You know, just be very open-minded. You know, I feel like I went into it really open-minded. If you're closed from it, you're not going to benefit from it. So yeah, that's all I can say is, yeah, definitely be open-minded.
And you'd recommend it?
Oh, 100%, yeah.
Lovely. Jasmyne, thank you for your time today. If you are a lettings neg, valuer, property manager, it doesn't matter, and you feel that you want to improve your lot in your life, then there are people out there who want to give back to the industry and profession that we love. I mentor people, and there's not many better feelings out there when you can help another human being. Yes, you could say is that responsibility of your boss, and to a point it is, but unfortunately the relationship is that they are still your boss, and therefore that you know, you're still beholden to them. By having a mentor that 100% in your corner, they'll guide and support you and put you in the right direction if you want to change. Jasmyne, you've been an absolute star today. Thank you for your time. There's a link above or below. I never know where it is. They never flipping well tell me at Agents Together Towers. And we'll tell you, you know, you can find out a bit more about the charity, and you can apply if you want to be a mentor, a mentee. We'll even put a link in there for a mentor as well if you want. Thank you for your time today, Jasmyne. You've been a star. Thank you.
Thanks.